All right, today we're looking at the Parade Gate tool. The Parade Gate tool, I guess, can help when assisting lines that are turning a corner and staying straight. So you may use this when preparing your band for a parade, so you can get the animation properly. You can explain it to your kids correctly. You can see kind of how far to go, how far you can expect to go to turn 90 degrees or turn 180 degrees as you prep for that. So again, I've got my 4 lines here, and I'm going to go ahead and just jump into the tool. There's a couple things that you got to watch out for. It's right up here, Parade Gate tool. And the one that I found out was making sure to just move this little target around and not actually grab a performer. When I went to go grab it, I kept grabbing the corner performer, and I was going, why is this not doing what I want it to do, because I had a hold of that corner. So just be careful that you just grab just the target there. Now, I would recommend, I guess in my mind, the application of this, you would probably only be dragging this literally pretty much straight down. I guess you could go a little bit further if you wanted to do a 90-degree turn that kind of went up this way. I can't imagine you would necessarily need to prepare your band to do that type of turn at a parade, but you may need to. So if you were using it in that purpose, you would probably only be moving this straight down. I've used 32 counts here as my transition, so it's showing you kind of where everybody would be after 32 counts, which is a nice handy feature. You usually would go ahead and start by selecting your stride. You'd say 8 to 5, except during the gate is what it says. And that would mean these people on the outside line are going to be taking from here to here a larger extended step size. So the way to make that, to remedy that a little bit, is to go down here, step size during gate, steps during gate. If you make it 32, you can see that now you're using 32 counts to go from this around this corner to here, using this as your end point or your 90-degree point. So this person here will use 32 counts to get all the way around. So that will probably look fairly natural. Let's have a look at what that would look like. But of course, as you can see before I even click accept, these guys get bunched up quite a bit. So now when you animate that, it looks like this. So they kind of come up to this point, and then they begin to turn the corner and keep their lines perfectly straight. And these guys are all bunched up. So you probably wouldn't want to or need to do 32 steps on the turn. So let's just go back and play with that a little bit. Let's bring this down again, being careful not to grab the corner. And let's say, take about 24 steps. That makes things not as bunched up. Let's see. Let's do 16 steps. Let's see how much further people got to run on this outside line in order to do it. You can see they're jazz running. So, you're going to have to play with it. And just to see what it is that you like about it, but it's nice that it returns them back to that same 2-step interval. It does all those things that show what your responsibility is in that parade situation. I guess you could use this when writing a drill, where you just have several lines that are if they're ever in a 2 lines that need to kind of float together and move and flex together, you could use this tool as well in that application. But you would still probably get a better result using the follow the leader tool in that case. But this is, a helpful, handy tool, especially to visualize what you need to do. Say you were preparing for the Rose Bowl parade, or you're preparing for, a big parade where there's a big turn right in the middle of it. And you could set this up and say, to your band, look, here's what we need to be looking like. Now, here's what 180 looks like on 32 counts on the transition. So this will show you a 32 count transition, a perfect scenario if you were able to turn that corner perfectly. And this would be a nice, tape to be able to show your group, this is the method for turning that corner properly and keeping those lines straight, not bowing out or anything like that. And you probably would want to make that still a 64 count turn, because these guys are still kind of jazz running, striding it out just a little bit too far. Okay, so that is kind of my review of the parade gate tool. It's got a pretty specific use, and maybe I'll challenge myself to try to use it in a competitive drill arena. But for right now, I can't see myself using it too much outside of this one, this one main use.
So I hope this was helpful to you. Please like and subscribe to my channel if you like these Pyware videos.